HOA Karen called the cops. When I returned to my ranch, and 1 hour later, her entire HOA was legally erased. I had imagined this moment 1,000 times while overseas. Not crowds, not celebrations, just a quiet road, an old gate, and the land my family had protected for generations. 14 months of deployment changes a man. You stop craving noise. You stop craving people. You start craving belonging, the kind that doesn't ask questions and doesn't demand explanations. That ranch was my anchor long before I ever wore a uniform. My grandfather bought it after coming home from war with nothing but calloused hands and a stubborn belief that land was freedom. He cleared it himself, slept in a truck for months, and planted the first fence posts under a sun that didn't care how tired he was. My father grew up there. He raised cattle, repaired fences with wire and prayer, and fought off developers who thought everything had a price if you pushed hard enough. He taught me one rule above all others. If you protect your land, it will protect you. So when my tires finally hit that familiar gravel road just before sunset, something inside my chest loosened for the first time in over a year. The air smelled like dust and grass. The hills looked exactly the way memory had kept them safe, until my headlights hit something that should not have existed. A brand new steel gate. Not old, not temporary, not apologetic. Tall, electronic, clean, polished like it was proud of itself. Bolted directly to it was a massive white sign, fresh and loud against the evening light. Meadow Ridge Estates Ho, private property, no trespassing. My stomach dropped. That gate wasn't just new. It was standing squarely on my land, the same land my grandfather's boots had worn into memory, the same ground my father had bled on fixing fences in winter. I sat there longer than I should have, engine idling, staring at it, trying to understand how something so wrong could stand so confidently in a place it didn't belong. Before I could even step out of my truck, a black Lexus SUV slid sideways across the gravel road, blocking me completely. The move was sharp and deliberate, like someone used to stopping people instead of asking questions. The driver's door opened slowly. Out stepped a woman who moved like authority itself owed her money. Perfect hair that didn't shift in the wind. A red blazer pressed within an inch of its life. A clipboard clutched tight against her chest like it carried the law itself. She didn't ask who I was. She didn't ask why I was there. She looked straight at me, eyes hard and practiced, and said, "You need to leave. This is private HOA property." I took a slow breath. The kind you learn overseas, the kind that keeps things from escalating. "Ma'am, this is my ranch." She laughed. Not awkward. Not uncertain. Confident. The kind of laugh that comes from years of being obeyed without challenge. "No, it isn't," she said. "I'm the HOA president. I know every homeowner here." That confidence wasn't an act. She genuinely believed she owned my family's land. She stepped closer, eyes scanning my dusty truck like it offended her personally. "We've had problems with people pretending to own land around here," she said. Pretending. I felt something tighten in my jaw. I pointed past her toward the hills that caught the last light of day. "That fence line?" I said. "My father built it." "That pasture?" "My grandfather bought it in the 70s. "That road you're standing on?" "It's older than your HOA." She shook her head, annoyed now, like I was wasting her time. "Doesn't matter," she snapped. "HOA authority overrides outdated claims." That was the moment I realized this wasn't a misunderstanding. This was entitlement. Then she pulled out her phone. "I'm calling the police." No hesitation. No doubt. No concern that she might be wrong. Just entitlement backed by a keypad gate and a clipboard. She dialed 911 right in front of me. "Yes, hello. I have a suspicious individual attempting to force access to HOA-controlled property. He's aggressive and refusing to leave." Aggressive. I hadn't raised my voice once. She ended the call and smiled at me like she had already won. That smile wouldn't last. Within minutes, 2 sheriff's units rolled in, lights flashing across the ranch like it had suddenly become a crime scene. Red and blue reflections danced off the illegal gate and the HOA sign bolted into my soil. She rushed toward them dramatically. "Thank God you're here," she said loudly. "He's trespassing. He claims he owns the land." I stepped forward calmly, hands visible, movements slow. Years of training don't leave you. I handed one deputy my ID. "I just came home from deployment," I said. "This ranch belongs to my family." The deputy looked at the ID, then he looked at me. Something in his posture changed. "Welcome home, sir." Karen didn't like that. She crossed her arms tightly. "He's lying," she said. "The HOA owns everything beyond the main road." The deputy looked between us for a moment, then asked a single question that would end her entire world. "Do you have documentation, sir?" I nodded. "Original deed. Original easement. County stamped." Karen scoffed openly. "Those documents are meaningless." She said it like it was already settled. She was wrong. Very wrong. I went back to my truck and retrieved the folder my father had made me promise never to lose. The same folder he had handed me before I deployed, saying, "If anything ever happens, this is your shield. Original paperwork, yellowed edges, raised county seals, no copies, no assumptions." The deputy read it once, then again. Then his expression hardened in a way that made Karen shift her weight for the first time. "Ma'am," he said slowly, "this land predates your HOA by over 20 years. Her smile cracked. "That's impossible." He shook his head. "Your HOA never legally acquired this access road. Or